You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I mean, how often do you think that you went and either you have those furry fuck parties and they go and they just fucking avidly fuck the shit out of anything, or they go and they like, oh my god, you actually have the same interests as me. You know, what's the likelihood I'm gonna find another person like that? And they're just like, I'm sick with you forever. And then they have a kid and they dress him up like a fucking furry, and then that kid's fucked up forever.
That's true. If you had kids, and then you start, and then like all their pajamas, all their everything.
Hold on. Can you imagine if you went and you had a kid, they had a kid, and then their parent, like the kid, walked into their parents because you know there's all like you talk to your friends, and they're like, oh yeah, I walked into my parents having sex and shit like that, but they walked in on their parents having furry sex. You know, there's a completely different spectrum of just fucked up shit. Like maybe they never actually went and showed their kid about them being furries. But the kid, you know, one night was like, oh, I have a cough or I don't feel well. And they walk in the parents' bedroom and all of a sudden, like, the parents are having sex in furry costumes. Like, you know, there's one thing about seeing your parents having sex, and there's another one about seeing your parents have sex in furry costumes, where it's just like, all of a sudden, like, mental institute is, you know, that's definitely happening in your near future. You know what I mean?
I like that. Yes, but I don't know. I like the prospect of ruining a child that way.
Yeah, there's just something about going and taking a child, innocent and sweet, and then being like, okay, well, I know our child isn't feeling well, and generally whenever he doesn't feel well, he walks into our bedroom at around, 10 p.m. or so, so let's go ahead and start off furry sex at around 9:45 and get really into it, Let's get him right during the process of swapping fluids. Is that what you're talking about?
And then you introduce him to, like, and then you have the bears and the beavers talk, where you're like, well,
I thought you were the same thing. The birds and the bees. So
when a bear and a beaver love each other very much.
Well, can you imagine, like, if you went to prom and he's like, you know what? I've been idolizing you forever and a day, and I'm so happy that you're here with prom with me. Can you put on this beaver outfit? Because I want to go all the way with you tonight. So, yeah, can you put on this beaver outfit? And I'll go ahead and wear my bear outfit.
And she's like, I've never done something like this before. And you're like,
I'm not surprised.
I figured.
It runs in the family. Yeah. I'm half bear, half beaver. So my top half is bear, my bottom half is beaver. Mm-hmm. Wait, that'd be a girl then. That'd have to be a girl.
Yeah.
If your bottom half is beaver.
If I talked to a girl and I said my bottom half is beaver, she would almost literally bail on that, unless she was a lesbian, and then it would be an exciting thing for us to figure out. And she'd be like, what part of you is a beaver? Because I don't see anything like that. And then I'll be like, look closer.
Do you think that they go to those furry parties and they're like, I have beaver fever or what?
Beaver.
I have beaver fever. Not beaver fever, but beaver fever.
It means something totally different to
furry enthusiasts.
Culture. Yeah. To furries, beaver means beaver. To
the rest of the world, that's beaver. Just beaver.
Beaver.
And then we want to punch him in the face. Either way, I want to punch him in the face.
If someone likes beaver, regardless of whether they're furry or not, I wouldn't punch them in the face. I'd give them a hearty pat on the back.
You think that if someone's like, I love furries, and I met my wife when I walked into a random bedroom, and I was wearing a bear costume and she was wearing a beaver costume, you wouldn't be a little bit put off by that?
I think there's worse stories of how you met your spouse.
Donkey show is probably the best.
I'd actually rather hear... Yeah. So she was performing in a donkey show.
I wouldn't be surprised with the people that I meet at the Starbucks that I usually go and sit around and work at. I would not be surprised if some of those people actually ended up being fucking furry enthusiasts, because some of those people are fucking weird. I also have to say that some of the people that I see at that Starbucks are fucking... They have no idea what the fuck deodorant is. Oh my god, it's just so fucking bad. I told you about that guy that just ended up sitting around and talking to me for about 3 hours, and he smelled like a fucking homeless dude and talked about how much money he had, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
There's got to be a way of taking advantage of people like that. I mean, they're asking for it. I'm not an advocate.
I'm
of
not
taking
down with
advantage
taking
of
advantage
people.
of people. I mean, there's so many ways to make money legitimately. Is it really
I
necessary
agree.
to take advantage of people?
When when their circumstances are as such, and they're obviously not utilizing them in any capacity, then I would say yes. Don't break that desk.
I was waiting for you to comment on that as I punched the shit out of it. Anyways, I don't know, man. I mean, I talked to him, but at the same time, I work with a lot of different people in a lot of varied capacities in their abilities and knowledge and shit like that. Do I really want to go and add another crazy person that I really don't want to deal with just for a little bit of money? That's how I think about it. I've gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what? I could probably go and take his money, but at the same time, I'm making it available so that he can contact me at any time, and I really, really have no interest whatsoever of him contacting me ever again. It's actually painful for me to sit around and talk to him for as long as I have, as well as he smells terrible. So let's not do that.
No, I mean I agree, but there's nothing that says that just because you talk to somebody for a little bit or that you take some of their money means that they have a way of contacting you.
Generally, if I'm going to take their money, then they probably have my email address as well as my phone number.
No, you got to convince him that having your contact information is not in his best interest.
Nah, dude, just go ahead and give me about $300, and I'll hold on to it for you, and I'll make sure everything's taken care of. I don't know, man.
Just be
I've run
like,
into a
I'm gonna kill
lot of weird
if
shit.
if you pay me $2,000, or I guess in his case, if you pay me $20,000, I'll kill a drifter and I'll video it and then I'll give it to you. You're telling me that he wouldn't be down for that?
I don't know. He had a lot of fun just sitting around talking to me about how much money he had, as well as all the rings he had readily available, and you know how much money he just was making per month on all the properties he owned because his parents died and he took it over for him. It was really weird.
That's weird.
It was
You're like,
really
this
fucking
is
weird.
how much money I'm worth, stranger.
I'm like, wow, so you actually did nothing in your life to actually obtain this money, and you make a very good, decent living off of it without doing a single thing, and you just sit around and going to Starbucks and looking at webcamgirls.com. All right, sounds
Yeah.
good. I'm
If I
really
was
proud.
if I was less moral than I am, I would be able to rape you for this information.
I'd be so happy at the prospect of taking your money for whatever reason whatsoever, just for the shit of it. But I'm not going
Yeah.
to do that. I'd
You
rather.
realize I could invite you out for a drink, stab you, take your ID, and go to your house and take your money and rings.
Not going to do it, man. It's just not my way. I work too
I
damn
don't-
hard to take money and rings for weird, random situations like that.
I don't think you fully explored your
It's not the
killing
way I
someone
was-
for rings ability.
You know what? I'm not exploring it, but at the same time, I'm fine with that. I mean, I worked real hard to get to the place that I'm currently at right now, and it's not of interest to me to try to take advantage of someone for their very, very petty and inexpensive rings for whatever reason, and to jeopardize everything that I've worked so hard for all that stupid bullshit. I don't even know why we're fighting. We're fighting.
Because
You have
I
a yellow
have a
flower,
flower.
I have a red flower, and whoever has the most colorful flower wins at the end of it, I guess.
I think it worked out well.
I still have maybe about a third of my fucking goddamn. What am I drinking right now? Heineken? Leave me alone! How dare you, sir? How dare you?
We're doing 0 damage, fighting with flowers, and being relatively full on health.
It's just I'm regenerating health as it's happening, so it's not even that big of a deal. But you are actually doing a pretty good job of getting me close to not good shit.
Shit. Yeah, me too. Okay.
Watch us run away! Watch us. I don't want any more of that. All right, whatever. But yeah, man, I don't even know how we got off on that tangent. But yeah, fucking people are weird. I've run. You know what? That Starbucks. Lots of fucking weird people. Lots of crazy fucking weird people.
I should hang out there.
You should. You should come over here, hang out with me, and keep me away from the fucking weird shit ass people that are there all the damn time.
I like weird people. Weird people.
No, you think you like weird people. Wait until you actually have tons of weird people that hit you up all the damn time. People that go, hey, you look like you're smart with computers. Here, help me out with this, as I have terrible fucking BO all the time. It's really bad. It's really annoying.
I would say that the majority of the time, you're not going to run into that specific circumstance.
I run into it more often than you fucking imagine. Like that is a very, very, very crowded fucking Starbucks, as well as it's very good for sitting around with computers. Usually you'll sit there and there's maybe about 10, 12 tables at any time, and usually most of them have people sitting on computers. And I've run into quite a few people with terrible BO. And it's pretty bad.
That's unfortunate, sir.
It makes for an interesting situation. There's lots of Mormons in this community, and there's lots of crazy Mormon people, and there's lots of just homeless people that like to hang out. There's a dude that comes in every single day who wears what does he wear? Even like during the most hottest days of the year, he'd be wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt with a hood, and he just walks straight on in, goes straight to the bathroom. And I think there's a couple times he must have bathed in there, because like all the soap dispensers and all the like the paper towel dispensers were off the fucking walls and shit like that onto the ground.
No way.
And he just completely had his way with that intersection. Like he just went to town on it. Like, yeah, you guys might want to fix this. There was also, did I tell you about the crazy lady that came on in and she smelled like shit?
No.
The crazy lady that walked on in.
Tell me that.
Oh, dude, there was a fucking crazy lady that walked on in, and she fucking sunk up the entire place so fucking terrible. Like, it's amazing. Like she walked on in, and I'm on the very fucking opposite end of the entire fucking store, and you're like, oh my god, that woman smells like she hasn't fucking wiped herself for a fucking month. She's fucking smells terrible. Absolutely disgusting, to the point of like, I have to breathe through my mouth through the entire time that she's in this like situation. And like the manager of the store walks on over, is like, "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, but you have to leave." Yeah, I'm just sorry. And she's just fucking, she's talking up a storm, talking like she's going to grandma's house, and grandma, like the owner of the store is fucking grandma, and like just going to fucking town. Like the woman's fucking insane as shit. She's like, "Oh, I'm just so sorry you can't be here." It's like, "Oh, but my turtle died the other day, and I just want to come on in here and give it a proper burial." And da.
What?
Just like weird shit. Like she was just fucking crazily insane. And I was sitting there with my my buddy. I call him PD, Panty Dropper. His name's, I don't know. I don't even know his full name. It's fucking weird, but I call him PD for short. And we're just like, "Oh my god, did you smell that girl? She's fucking, oh my god, it's just fucking terrible." Like I feel bad about it, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my god, it's just fucking such an offensive smell. Like you smelled BO before. It's way worse than BO. It was seriously like shit themselves and peed themselves for about a month, and their entire fucking clothes were just freaking inundated with it to a giant, disgusting degree. It was insane, and it lingered. It lingered. It wasn't bad.
That sounds horrible.
Like you just wonder what it'd be like to be homeless for a month, and like you go, wow, those homeless people must find a place to bathe, because they must actually care about themselves. Because that woman, there is something weird going on. Like she had just like a fucking yeast infection that was out of control, to the point that you could smell it everywhere. Something like that. I mean, it must have been a combination between those two, because it was bad, man. Like that was that's the worst that I've ever smelled. That was fucking out there.
I would say that I have been fortunate enough to not smell the kind of BO that you have obviously been exposed to in your...
Oh, that was worse than BO. I've smelled bad BO. Being in the computer industry business, you've smelled some people that are not privy to the idea of what BO is. I remember being over at Cal State Long Beach. Shit, dude. Some of those students, especially with their out-of-country students, and they were not fans of fucking deodorant at all. It's like it was against the religion, and it was just... The entire computer room would just smell of it. It was bad. And that was pungent. This was like, I'm probably going to get sick because of this. Is what it smelled like. That's what that woman smelled like. I mean, and also remember, what was it, 2003 when I was in New York? and I would get up and have to go to work at like 5 in the morning and go on out there. I smelled some pretty terrible bums, and that was like a completely different echelon of just smells.
That's
It was
fucked
weird.
up.
It was weird.
Oh.
I know you're trying to build something, but I'm not gonna allow it. I'm gonna keep you away from your craft table. Fuck you, asshole.
Damn it.
You flew so far away.
I was actually
Anyways,
still in the menu. I'm wondering how far away you can get without messing up the craft.
probably once you're in it, you're in it. Doesn't matter. Anyways, that was interesting. I'll need to go and talk to PD about it and see if I can get some more details.
PD.
I call him Panty Dropper. I'm like, what's up, PD? Panty Dropper? How's it going, dude? See if I can get some more details for you, but that was amazing. That was amazing, dude. That was insane. There was nothing good about what happened in that situation.
I'm wondering if I can make a nice little
What?
landscape. No. How about this? And then that. Oh, there you go.
I feel like I'm slightly taller now. Build another one of those fuckers.
For our... Oh, ow.
Let's see how far away I can get you. Ah.
For our listening exclusive audience, I'm trying to build a table for each of us, which could be cool, but Cameron's being a fucking asshole.
Hey, we were trying to go and figure out how far away you could actually fall before the menu disappears, and we figured out that it doesn't disappear, so mission successful. Mission successful, asshole. Deal with it.
I was in a NPC village, a non-player character village, and I saw their tables, and I was like, that looks crazy awesome. And then when I walked near the tables, it clicked like something was supposed to happen, and I was wondering why that was so. And it's just aesthetic purposes. The way you can build that tabletop is to just put a pressure plate on top. So
very nice. I'm so glad you talked to us about that, informed us of such. I feel better for it.
Not bad.
As I hit you off the table. But I think that I'm going to end this session because I'd like to go and get this encoded and uploaded as soon as possible. Is there anything you'd like to leave with our audience?
I like to manipulate people's personal areas until they do my bidding.
It's good to know. And I'd like to leave you here with fillers, letting you know that the more you watch, the more that we'll make. And so leave us some comments, come up with some show ideas, come up with some topics you'd like us to extrapolate and do some crazy shit on. And we'll get to it as soon as possible. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.